If you're anything like me and you also have sleepless nights thinking about how to connect Clay to Google Docs so that you can automatically create fancy research documents like this battle card right in front of you that you can see right now, then by all means watch to the end of this video because I'll be revealing to you the 5 steps that you need to take in order to connect Clay to Google Documents so that you can automatically create those beautiful looking Google Documents with a clickable button directly from clay.com. So essentially there are 5 steps as I mentioned. Just to give you a bit of context, let's just assume for a second that we've done a bunch of research on a company. We found a company website, we found the cement color that they use, we found some sort of sustainability targets and a bunch of other information like the technology that the company uses, and now we want to create a Google Docs that looks nice and fancy like this over here. How do we go about doing that? Great question. And basically all we need to do in this case is just click on Actions in the top right hand corner, and over here we can just type in Google Docs. Straight away, we should be able to see over here the option to create a document. If we click on that, the first thing that I recommend for you to do is to click on Manage Accounts. And of course, you can then click on Add Connection. And then over here, you should be able to sign in with your Google account and connect your Google account so it's accessible right in front of you over here. To start with, you need to give this document a name. For the time being, I'll call it test, and I'm going to just type in some placeholder text, and then I'm going to click on continue to add fields, save, and don't run. Now, the main thing about creating any sort of Google documents is that, yes, in theory, you could just type out the text of the document over here, and you can just type it out like this. So for instance, you could use the backslash to refer to all the context over here. However, if I'm totally real with you right now, the first thing that you need to do before you add it over here is you need to run it through ChatGPT so ChatGPT can format it for you properly. So in this case, let's click on Actions. First of all, we'll type in ChatGPT, and just to remind you where we're at over here. So we found the Google Docs enrichment, we connected our Gmail account, and now we're using the ChatGPT enrichment to format the text using the prompt. So here is the prompt, by the way. It'll be right underneath you over here. So by the way, if you want to get this prompt, it will be linked right underneath the video right now. So all we're doing here is typing in ChatGPT, generate text, and then we can click onto the configure section and copy and paste this GPT. So we'll say, you're creating an output for battle card for a sales team to be using. Use the inputs and output as much info for the sales team as possible, leaving in brackets the URL links of the source of data and going into the granular details, mentioning any important numbers, names, job titles, whatever. Make sure to output data in a format which can move directly into Google Doc with no formatting drama. Keep the output under 120 words. So we'll put that into the system prompt at the bottom because this is just like a bit of context that we're giving to the GPT, right? In the meantime, I'm also going to spend some time typing away the exact formatting for this. So for instance, I may want to type in something like this. So as you could probably tell, for the last couple of minutes, I've just typed out the exact context of the battle card, the exact content of the battle card. So in this case, I'm saying sales battle card for this company. This is the website. This is the cement card. These are the sustainability targets. This is the tech used as just a quick example over here. So all I'm going to do after is click on save and run one row in this view. And we should be able to see that within just a couple of seconds, it should polish off the content of the battle card so that it now basically just formats it correctly for the Google Docs. So let's give it a couple of seconds to work its magic. So just within a couple of seconds, as you can see over here, it basically formatted the battle card quite nicely for me. So all that leaves us with is the next step, which is going back to the Google document over here, clicking on edit column. And all we need to do now is where the document content is, just map the output from the battle card. So over here, we're just going to click on response. And now we can click on save and run one row in this view. So assuming that we connect to the Google account, we should be able to see that straight away it creates the Google Docs for us. So let's click into the Google Docs and then let's click into the document URL, which will be provided. And there you have it. You have all the data right in front of you. So there are just a couple of things that you need to keep in mind for this. If you want to change the formatting and you want to spread it out a bit, you just basically need to tweak it this way over here, where you can just say at the bottom, spread out each section like tech used section or sustainability target section, so they have 2 line breaks between them. And then after you're happy with it, you can just click on save and don't run, and then you can just replay that one row to check that the formatting improves. So let's give it a couple more seconds to reload. And basically it's just a reprompting game now. So if you dislike something about the battle card, you can just reprompt the ChatGPT part over here. So let's have a look, and we should be able to see that now if we just click into the Google Docs over here, it just gets created. Let's click into it. And now it just messed up the formatting altogether. So we might as well keep the old prompt without the 2 lines at the bottom. And you get the idea. Basically, the rest of it is just constant iteration. So now I'm just going to rerun it without that line. And I think it probably should be more or less fine. So if I rerun it for one final time, So it should now be formatted a lot better. Now, I hope this video was somewhat useful to some of you that are trying to figure out how to connect Clay together with Google Docs. And if you enjoyed this video, by all means, do give it a quick like. If you also want to get the exact prompt alongside the 4 steps that you need to take in order to build out the Clay and Google Docs connection, I will be giving away this specific guide right under the top link in the description down below. So go check it out. Other than that, I'll see you in the next video.